So Penn State will hold kickoff here, working from left to right with the Badgers, moving from right to left, and we are underway right here in the Valley. Going to be a great one to get going. Thank you guys once again for joining us here this afternoon. Run down that left sideline. That's McBean on that touch. She'll be mistouched right there, and now Wisconsin looking to work back the other direction. Get a little throw in on the touchline right there for Wisconsin on the far side.
And how fun is this game going to be, Jeremy? Two of the great tacticians and tactical minds of our game going head-to-head today. Already seeing some of the early tests.
Something you and I hinted on, or I guess talked about kind of off camera as before this one started to get settled, was what's going to happen working through this midfield. Penn State likes to clog that action up with 4 midfielders. Wisconsin shifts for more of a 3 midfielder option, you know, sitting more in that 4-3-3 formation. Going to be a true testament to see if their 2 midfielders up at the top, and Ashley Martinez and Erin Connolly, can, you know, really make up for the lost ground and for, you know, playing down a man.
Yeah, and for both squads, just a lot of movement and a lot of rotation in the midfields. It's kind of organized chaos, but these are 2 really disciplined teams that are well coached, as I mentioned, and it should be fun.
Copel working her way through the midfield. She'll try to play it through. Julia Rach will be on it after a poor touch right there from Haley Bauman. Copel through the middle, and there's that pressure from Ashley Martinez, who you see sliding her way back for the Badgers. And a really high defensive line already for Penn State.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. You mentioned Martinez sliding back there from the top. I talked about how she can get forward at times, and you know, Penn State like to overload up top with that box, as you mentioned.
McBean with possession on the far side. Rach plays through to Kolpa inside the 18. A shot on net, just wide. And they'll say Drew Stover got a piece of it in net. So it'll be a corner for Penn State on the near side.
Yeah, just slow, steady build-up to start the game here for the Nittany Lions, and I like that they're getting Aubrey Kolpa an early chance. And that game against Nebraska on Thursday wasn't necessarily her strongest performance. Obviously, it's hard to score every single match like she had been doing, but it's good to see her getting some action here in the first few minutes.
Wisconsin last time out, a 0-0 draw against the Buckeyes. The corner comes in from Gleason, played to the box, and never worked its way back into play. But as I was saying, a 0-0 draw for the Badgers on the road against Ohio State. A pretty tough schedule for them, going back-to-back games this weekend at Ohio State and now at Penn State, 2 nationally ranked opponents.
Yeah, and that draw against Ohio State, I'm sure if you had told Paula Wilkins going in they'd walk away with the point, they'd be pleased, but had plenty of chances there at the end to win it themselves.
Yeah, chaotic final, 10 minutes or so with action going back and forth, teams getting shots on net, and nobody truly able to come through. Wisconsin with the throw on the near side. Connolly with the touch. Martinez with the touch. Tried to play it straight back behind her to Jenna Bauman, and it'll roll its way out of play. Now Penn State throw on the near side. They'll play back to Bella Askew and start to settle in. This is what Penn State loves to do. Get all the action rolling through their back 4. Start to lull the defense to sleep, get a couple players maybe off of their lines, and Molly Martin with her first touch of the game.
Yeah, and for Wisconsin too, Jeremy, it's going to be really key for them to just start out this game in more of a calm manner. In that game against Ohio State, I mean, they were under siege in the first 5 minutes or so. I'm sure Paula Wilkins, that was something she discussed.
Something that Erica Dombach had said about head coach Paula Wilkins is her ability to get the most out of all of her players, and that was responded by Paula by saying, her biggest disappointment is when she feels like her team didn't put in enough effort, regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard. Not seeing enough effort is what she truly doesn't like to look for at the end of a match. Some pressure now from the Badgers. Their press will settle off as Penn State retains control on the back line. Made a run down the near side. A couple of touches from Jenna Bauman, but couldn't connect anything working into Penn State territory.
And another thing to note, both teams will move their fullbacks forward at times. And so one thing to keep track of is how they defend in maybe those transition moments when they have a player forward.
You see Erin Connolly playing a little bit further forward, almost setting up a four-man front line for the Badgers. Maybe their combat to that four-man back line for the Nittany Lions. Addie Bohr on that right side, and here's some on-ball pressure from Connolly. See her sliding up a little bit more. Jenna Bauman playing a little bit more of a back roll. A ball over the top, finds the foot of Caitlin McBean on the right side of the 18. One-on-one with her defender and turned aside by Kiara Gilbert. It'll roll its way over to Stover in the first attempt, or second attempt, I guess, for the Nittany Lions is turned aside.
And a nice ball there over the top from Bella Askew as well to launch that attack. Here she is in defense.
And that one, in an attempt to spring Erin Connolly free. Askew the first one to it. Two head coaches who have been at the helm of their respective programs now for what's their 19th season. And as Kaylee talked about pregame, you saw, I guess talked about pregame just with how Paula has spent some time here at Penn State. She spent some time before the match just kind of pacing and walking on her old stomping grounds. Rach sprung loose now on the left side. She'll play it to the middle. McBean's home, and McBean scores. With a slide for exclamation, Penn State leads 1-0.
Well, the sleeping giant certainly has been awoken for a few weeks now, Jeremy, after that goalless drought.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Bauman has kind of slid down. Erin Connolly has worked her way up almost into that 9 spot as Brooke Allen has worked her way left. Near side Wisconsin, Amelia White once again with a nice touch, but can't get that pass to connect. Her and Haley Bauman fighting for it. Bauman weaves her way through some defenders and connects the pass up top to Brooke Allen. Near side Bauman. And a switch of the field to Colin on the far side. Now Martinez working on the far side. Couple of numbers for the Badgers. A ball played through, but Bella Askew's there for Penn State to clear it away. Throw in far side.
Yeah, Askew not taking any chances in the end. And you can see for the Badgers there, Ashley Martinez was in a bit of a deeper role, but in those transition moments, either her or Erin Connolly are going to start to kind of get forward themselves and try to plug in that back line.
Penn State attempting to clear. Maddie Esog, the first one there on the clear attempt to slide from Caitlin McBean. And it's going to be a free kick for Penn State, excuse me, a free kick for Wisconsin right outside the 18.
Yeah, this is in a dangerous spot as well. McBean just lunging in.
And a late challenge from the grad student gives Wisconsin an opportunity from the right side, just outside the 18. And it'll be a trio of Badgers.
Yeah, and look for Brooke Allen, 6'1", number 27 there in the center of your box. I'm sure she'll be a target.
Adi and Martinez. Nobody will touch it but Adi. She'll try to drive it in with her left foot. And it'll be too high and too far wide. No chance on net.
Yeah, another look at that foul on McBean. You can see there. She just takes her out from behind. Challenge came in from the rear side.
No harm, no foul for the Nittany Lions. As that set piece from about 20 yards out, just a little too far offline for Wisconsin. Now here comes Amelia White once more. She's got speed, she's got space. Onto her left foot, working towards the 18. She'll try to play it through to McBean on the far side, but a great touch from Ella Adi keeps it out for the time being. Bauman will clear away. Riley Gleason there to collect for Penn State. And the pressure continues for the Nittany Lions.
And one of the scariest things as a defender is when you have Amelia White charging at you at full pace. And I thought maybe she had a few more steps in her to go down that far side just a bit further. Opted for the ball across. Wasn't a bad idea.
presumably a goal-saving tackle from Ella Adi with Drew Stover not on her line. And could have been dangerous for Penn State if not for that Adi tackle. The Nittany Lions once more with possession. It's Aubrey Kopa. She's taken out by Bauman. They'll say it's Clean McBean on it, and a shot saved by Stover.
Yeah, that's a top-class save by Drew Stover. It's a great turn by McBean, using her strength, using her body to just maneuver around the defender without a touch. You can see it again here. Just rotating around the defender, right-footed strike. In the end, Stover puts it aside.
Stover guesses right and guesses correctly. Makes the save. It's another Penn State corner. The third save already for Drew Stover. And we're through 20 minutes of action here in Happy Valley. Penn State's been on the gas pedal, and they'll look to add another right here. The cross in from Gleason, punched away by Stover. Wisconsin still looking to clear. Isog with some space in front of her. She'll try to play wide to Martinez. Martinez beats her defender. Now Isog and Wisconsin in transition with some numbers. The through ball turned away by Bella Askew. Cleared out to Rach. She's tripped up by Martinez, and it'll go Penn State's way.
Clever turn from Julia Rach there, earning herself the foul and relieving that pressure.
Wisconsin with some numbers in transition on that one. I thought there were a couple more steps for Isog before that through ball had to be played. As here's that turn from Rach on the foul, and just does well to get her body in between Martinez and the ball. Picks up the foul. Let's see just how high this line for Wisconsin gets. Already seen the ability for Penn State to play it over the top. Been unable to keep up with the speed of Amelia White so far. Here's Kaylee Hare with the ball. Up to Hannah Jordan with a clever header. But Colin read it well. And now Wisconsin in possession on their side. Adi and Gilbert working on the near side. Up to Isog, and here's that high press from Penn State. Can they create? They don't have numbers back with that high press, but a missed touch from Brooke Allen gives the ball right back to Penn State. As things have started to settle down, Alex, we've kind of gotten an idea of how this game's going to be played. Penn State, who doesn't usually play super well over the top, has done so successfully in this one and has also done well to weave through the gaps they've found.
Yeah, absolutely, and you got another chance here.
Advantage for Penn State. And a clean tackle from Colin, who's down on the pitch right now after her tackle. Something with her face, but Wisconsin with possession right now. Bauman on the near side. It'll be a throw-in favor of Wisconsin. And we'll get a pair of substitutions for the Badgers.
Yeah, just to finish your earlier point there, Jeremy, I mean, Penn State and Erica Dombach. I mean, I'm sure if anyone's going to be familiar with Paul Wilkins, it'll be Erica Dombach and the way she likes to play. So maybe just doing what she needs to do and putting her squad out there in the best form to win, even if it is maybe not what you usually see.
So a duo of subs for Wisconsin. It'll be Taylor Gordon stepping on for Addie Bohr, and Anya Goldbranson will step on as Brooke Allen works off. So the pair of forwards have been replaced as Wisconsin looks to get some fresh legs up at the top of the pitch. They control in their own end for right now. As you mentioned, just a really, really wide defensive set. A lot of room in between the two center backs for Wisconsin as they try to build up more on the wide side offensively, but it hasn't worked out too well for him so far. Here's Erin Connolly down the middle. She'll try to play it wide. The first touch of the game for Gordon. A block from Bella Askew gives the ball back to Penn State on the feet of Amelia White.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Box. That's Connolly on it. Squeezed by a couple of defenders. Still fighting For possession, it'll be Bella Askew who comes away with it, and she'll clear out for the Nittany Lions. Wisconsin will have to recycle from midfield. Isog through the middle. Adi left side. Cox into the corner, plays it into the box. A touch from Connolly, and it's in. Erin Connolly levels us up at 1 apiece. And the Badgers, after a 20-minute stretch of trying to find some answers, have come through here, and we're all level at 1.
Well, Jeremy, you circled Erin Connolly's name before the game as a player you would like to that you could see scoring, and here we are. So hats off to you for that. And this comes completely against the run of play. It all starts off the Wisconsin initial corner, and Penn State just haven't been able to get out of their own half here in the last few minutes. What a ball across, and there's just way too much space for a good player like Erin Connolly not to take the chance, and she does so well right into the bottom right corner.
The assist off the foot of Delaney Cox, who had just stepped onto the pitch, and I'd mentioned how important Anya Gulbranson had been through this little stretch for Wisconsin, and then Delaney Cox does her job as well for the Badgers, and we're all leveled up at 1 apiece. Another substitution for the Nittany Lions. We now get Kennedy Ring, the freshman, to come on, as Riley Gleason will step off for the final 15 minutes here in half number 1.
And again, credit to Wisconsin, right? They got the one corner, put immense pressure on the Nittany Lions, just kept knocking on the door, eventually broke through. But it didn't come right away, as I mentioned earlier, and they had to work for it, and they've eventually gotten their reward.
And after they were searching for answers, nice spin move right there from Connolly, but a little too big on the touch. After they were searching for answers to close out that game against Ohio State, as we'll get back to that in a moment. Here's McBean on the far side, working on Collin. Works past the defender, a shot on net wide. It'll be a goal kick. But, you know, after searching for answers to close out that match against Ohio State, going scoreless through that first 90, then through almost 30 minutes of play here without a goal. Wisconsin was looking for some answers, looking for something to go their way, and you talked about it. It's just that continuous applied pressure. And even though they're being outworked in just about every other aspect on the stat sheet, it's all tied up at 1-1, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's why we love this sport, right? And I think for Wisconsin, seeing one just go into the back of the net, especially after that scoreless draw, that'll instill real confidence into this team, into Paula Wilkins' side. And it'll be interesting to see, how does Penn State respond? They had such good energy to start this game. They were physical, as you talked about, Jeremy. Can they continue that now that they've been rattled a little bit here?
Penn State with possession. It's Cross towards the 18. She'll get onto her left foot. Works past one defender, tries to put a crossbody shot on. Stover with a nice sliding save.
That's a great job by Haley Bauman. And one thing about her, she's tall, but she's pretty fast for a player her size, and she's able to force Cross out wide onto an uncomfortable shot there on her left foot at a tough angle.
Might have had the option if she played it to McBean, but instead tried to work herself and couldn't get anything to go. Some physicality through the middle third by both sides, and still a continued fight for possession. Nobody on it just yet. And the foul will go against Connolly, who was looking for one just a minute ago. And Penn State will get a free kick.
Yeah, I think the whistle is on Cross there. You can see her there. She was the player that hit the ground.
Going to get everybody to work forward for the Nittany Lions. The furthest player back is center back Bella Askew. Everybody else pushed up towards the 18. Cross will play wide. Drove in by Askew on the head of McBean. Wide left.
I just couldn't direct that one down towards, and it looked like Kaylee Hare was making a run down the middle.
Played over the top on the near side. Looking for Cox. Askew beats her to the spot. Kept in by Cox. Now Askew's going to have to dribble out of a double team in the corner. Berger keeps it in, and she'll clear out for the time being. But here come the Badgers once more.
And they're sort of giving Penn State a taste of their own medicine after the first 20, 25 minutes.
That high press that was working for Penn State earlier is now working for the Badgers. Audi near side. Tries to play it over the top. Mackenzie Gress, the first one there. Gulbranson was on a run to the far post, but nothing Mackenzie Gress can't handle.
Yeah, and we talked about the coaching matchup going into this one and how it's going to be a tactical chess match, and it's so fun to watch both sides, the in-game adjustments, right? And when you see them work especially, just shows how just clever Paula Wilkins and Erica Dombach are, kind of punch, counter punch here so far this afternoon.
First 20 to 25 minutes controlled by the Nittany Lions, highlighted by the Kayla McBean goal. And now Paula Wilkins and the Badgers have answered back through the last 15 minutes or so, and it's been all Badgers. A nice turn from Connolly. She's into the box now, working one-on-one with Kaylee Hare. Tries to play across through. It'll be a Wisconsin corner.
And you can see Connolly applauding her bench there. I mean, they have come with a newfound energy after her goal, and it has really sparked this Badger offense into possibly finding a second.
A beautiful turn from Connolly. Not often you see Kaylee Hare get beat in a one-on-one scenario.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the
See
action.
a lot of contact, a lot of pressure from her. Fits right in to the Big Ten soccer mold. There's her first touch. A turn from her towards the sideline, and some early contact against her will give Penn State a free kick. Officially 38 minutes through the action. What will the final 7 have in store for us here in half number 1? A free kick for Penn State.
And you wonder if they're going to go short again to ask you like they did in this spot previously.
They'll go into the box towards that back post, and nobody there for the Nittany Lions. Opportunity missed. Quick goal kick right there from Stover. Trying to get some pressure on early. Wisconsin in the midfield, played wide. They've got numbers on that far side. Collin pushing some tempo. She'll find Gulbranson on that far side. Working one-on-one with Hannah Jordan. Here comes the cross into the box. Kaylee Hare with a slide to keep it out. Gulbranson plays it back to Connolly. Near side, Audi. Working one-on-one with her defender. Now near side, Cox for Wisconsin. Bang there for Penn State. But a rough pass from her. Bauman from way outside the 18. No chance on that one.
And again, just another spell of Badger possession right outside the penalty area for Penn State. And the Nittany Lions do well that time to force an ambitious effort, if you will. And they'll live with those shots all day.
Bauman might have had another step or two before taking that shot. Didn't collect herself all too well. That high press continues for Wisconsin. Played wide to Berger. Cox is there defending. Trying to catch Penn State with a bad pass through the middle to put Wisconsin in a good spot. 5 to go here in the first half, all knotted up at 1.
And I think as well the physicality and the energy in this game. A lot of tired legs out there as he got an offsides here.
Olivia Borgen just caught out a little early. Wisconsin through the midfield. A nice little deke from Taylor Gordon, but nobody there for Wisconsin. Gress will collect.
Now I'm sure Erica Dombach, to start the second half at some point, will throw Kolpa and White back out there, some of your faster, quicker, more physical players, and that'll certainly affect this game with the energy and the physicality that we've seen already. They play right into it.
Slow offensively for Penn State since those two have stepped their way off the pitch. And that was pretty much the turning point that really created the opportunities for Wisconsin, allows their back line to get a little bit higher, allow them to control a little bit more through the midfield, and these final 20 minutes have been all Wisconsin. with very few Penn State chances limited in.
And as I mentioned earlier, if you're Wisconsin, while those players are off the field, you feel obligated to try to get that go-ahead goal while you have the opportunity, because I'm sure those two are going to be back on in no time when we start the second 45.
Another substitution for the Badgers. It's Maddie Poor, who will step on for Tuscany Kashab, who had a short stint out here on the pitch, but put in some good minutes for the Badgers. Near side, Adi. Delaney Cox into the corner, working one-on-one with Berger. Goes past the back line. Berger a little shaken up. It'll be a goal kick for Gress.
It's good strength from Berger, just shaking out that wrist, it looked like. And that substitution's interesting from Paula Wilkins. It shows an emphasis to try to keep that midfield fresh, right? No matter who's out there, trying to keep the energy high in the central parts of the field by rotating players out instead of just sticking to your kind of one or two key players, trying to just keep it in, you know, high energy, high physicality.
And Poor kind of taking up that 9 spot. See, you're at the top of the pitch for the Badgers. Let's get a moving clearance right here from Mackenzie Gress. Connolly was the first one on it with a header, and they'll say some contact between her and a Penn State player. Will be a foul going the way of the Nittany Lions. Connolly had that response goal for Wisconsin off a nice cross in from Delaney Cox, and that was the answer back after an early Caitlin McBean goal. But that's been all Penn State's mustered here in this one, a goal just 7 minutes into the action. And couldn't find another one, weren't able to extend their lead, and gave Wisconsin some room to work back in, and that's what's happened so far. And with under 2 minutes to go here before the end of the half, limited time for each side to make an emphasis going into the break. Penn State with some numbers. A touch from Cross. Played to Bang, shielded off well by Bauman, and there'll be some contact and a foul. Wisconsin plays quick. Martinez out wide. Goldbridson. Now Collin. Martinez on the right side. Tries to go wide, turned away by Penn State. Molly Martin with some space ahead. Penn State a couple of numbers, but Maddie Poor comes up from behind, makes a strong tackle, gets it back for Wisconsin. Minute 20 left. A hard challenge from Kennedy Ring, that'll be a foul.
Yeah, Wisconsin have just been a step or two quicker here in the last few seconds. Penn State unable to reclaim any sort of possession towards the end of the first half.
A lot of displeasure between Erin Connolly and Maggie Short, the head referee on the pitch here this afternoon. Worked out well, she's got a goal to her name. Cross played in. Mackenzie Gress from way off her line to gather.
That's a great read by Gress as well, because that ball's coming down towards the target in red. Had to go up and claim it.
Full faith in her goalkeeper from Erica Dombach. Gress will come off her line, but come off her line strong. Tries to spur things for Penn State. Some contact between Berger and Cox. Pinging around the midfield now. 15 seconds left. Ball on the feet of Penn State. Far side Jordan. And with 10 seconds to go, Penn State looks content to settle things down. Berger with a touch to try to play something over the top. And there won't be anything there. So we're through 45 strong minutes right here.
Is you have to find ways over their defenders, maybe instead of through their defenders. So we'll see if that happens in this second half here.
We've got 45 minutes to decide this one. Thank you, Kaylee, for that. But 45 minutes left on the clock. Wisconsin now working from left to right. Penn State from right to left. And with the starters back onto the pitch for both sides, might this one swing its way back in Penn State's favor? something that you and I talked about during the break was we saw 25 minutes of play combined from, or not combined, excuse me, each from Amelia White, Aubrey Culpa, and Julia Rach. The second they stepped off the pitch, it felt like the pendulum swung its way back over towards Wisconsin.
Yeah, and I talked about White in that first half, and, you know, she was so rampant with her pace, and she tore up that touchline and pressed so heavily. Same with Culpa, and when you take players like that off, you lose some of that energy in that press against the opposition, and I think that's what helped Wisconsin partially get back into this one.
So now Amelia White with her first touch of this second half. She'll try to find Aubrey Culpa turned away this time by Wisconsin. So you see Delaney Cox still out on the pitch, and it's actually a lot of that second team, some contact, and once again it's Erin Connolly on the end of it getting the call against her. But the starters back on the pitch for Penn State. Still a couple of substitutions on the field for Wisconsin. Delaney Cox still out there working, and on this near side as well, it's Anya Gobranson who's remained out there, so maybe we'll see them dive into a more permanent role here down the stretch. We got a great 25, I believe, minutes out of Delaney Cox in that first half, and I guess she's earned the right to stay back out there.
Yeah, both squads here and both coaches going with their, I guess you could call it their goal-scoring lineups from that first half. Does Penn State have a throw?
So Delaney Cox stays out there. Jenna Bauman, will presumably come in at some point later on down the line as Wisconsin retains possession, and Anya Gobranson in the spot of Addie Bohr from that starting lineup. Everything else has stayed the same for both sides. Seen some early pressure. Here comes that Penn State press. Not a great clear from Stover towards the near side. Running into some trouble. A shove from Aubrey Culpa, but play continues on. And a touch from Julia Rach. Couldn't keep the ball in. It'll be a goal kick in favor of the Badgers.
But already you can see the Penn State energy just amped up a few more levels. You heard Erica Dombach talk to Kaylee before the half about they don't want to take their foot off the gas pedal, and they're trying to reapply it here to start the second.
Can they get their feet right back where they wanted them to be? Have to settle in through the final 42 minutes of action here on this gloomy but kind of nice for a change weather. Finally not super hot out here.
Yeah, I was talking about it before the game with you, Jeremy. Got to walk here in a suit without having to kind of sweat through it. Had the nice breeze rolling in.
Yeah, I was kind of dreading wearing a suit today. I was, thinking it was going to be a toasty one.
Especially with your drive and everything, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of travel today, but you know what? We, all things considered, stayed pretty cool. Nice mid-60s weather, some cloud coverage, and this is more Happy Valley and September weather than what we've been getting over the past couple of weeks.
It'll feel even more like it when the rain comes later this week.
Yeah, bound to happen. So Wisconsin through the midfield, a ball played over the top to Connolly. She's now inside the 18 with a step on her defender, a shot on net, and Erin Connolly's got two. The Badgers come out firing here in the second half, and it's all gas from Wisconsin. They lead 2-1 off the feet of Erin Connolly.
Well, I said it after her first goal. You thought she'd score one. I don't know about two, but she's got it here. Erin Connolly, have yourself a day. And there's just way too much space down that left-hand side for Penn State. I mean, she had all day to pick her spot and find the top corner, and she did just that.
Found herself in a whole lot of room down that left side. Nobody really out there marking her. Just a couple of steps of pushes. Here's a look at that replay. Just a nice ball played through by Adi.
Yeah, Askew was caught upfield a little bit, and that left the back line a little bare for Penn State, and then Connolly slipped through. Good ball in behind, and a really good finish into the side pocket.
It's goal number 5 on the year for Connolly. She's notched 4 and 5 here this afternoon. Brings her total up in Big Ten competition to 3 after their lone goal against Purdue. Coming off her right foot as well, and now Penn State facing a deficit after 2 quick unanswered goals from Erin Connolly and the Badgers.
Yeah, and a deficit at home is something we do not oftentimes see from the Nittany Lions, but here we are in this situation in a 2-1 scoreline.
after some mix-ups with the referee. In Maggie Short, it'll be a free kick for the Badgers. In the attacking third, looking to add to their score. The Badgers, just the hungrier team so far. The cross played in off the free kick towards that back post. Collected by Adi on the far side. She'll play another one in. Molly Martin's there for Penn State. Julia Rach on the clear. And Stover, the only one out there, will look to recycle possession for the Badgers.
Yeah, we saw Penn State score such an early goal in that first half, and that kind of threw the game plan out the window for Paula Wilkins. Had to reset. You see kind of the flip side here to start the second half. Erica Dallenbach, I'm sure at halftime, had an idea of what to do, and then all of a sudden, bang, goal scored for Wisconsin. Now you have to rethink things all over again with just under 40 minutes to go here.
Penn State controlled that first 20, maybe 25 minutes, and ever since then, it's been all Badgers. Throw in Penn State far side. Trying to keep the tempo up quick. Rach with a nice touch to keep possession. Kolpa trying to weave through some defenders. A lot of pressure and some numbers on this near side now for the Badgers. A misstep from Hannah Jordan, and it's Martinez on the run. Got room to the far side. She'll play it to Cox. Can she beat the ball to the touchline? Yes, she can. Wisconsin on the break. Cox plays it in towards the back post. Mackenzie Gress is there. That one had goal written all over it. But Mackenzie Gress keeps this one at a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, 2 red shirts charging that back post. Gress is good to hold that one firm. Heck of a play, though, by Ashley Martinez to skip through and open up the midfield a little bit, spraying the ball out wide to Cox and creating that chance.
Not the best of balls played away by Gress.
See another look at that last chance. Cox, who had an assist in that first half, whipping this one across as well, this time in the air, but only meets the gloves of Gress.
Both Gulbranson and Connolly were there, but I think that one might have found its way into the net anyways, had Mackenzie Gress not been there to intercept. So, gotten a lot of great work out of the sub, and Delaney Cox. Been a real game changer for the Badgers so far. It's been Connolly the bright spot on the score sheet, but the work from Delaney Cox on that left side has proved instrumental to their success so far. The chess match continues between these two sides. It's punch, counter punch, and yet another counter punch from the Badgers.
And I think these next 10-15 minutes, you're really going to see the mentality and the character of this Penn State squad. Again, bit of an uncharted territory, being down at home after being up a goal, and what kind of response do they have?
Bauman clears it away. Penn State throw in on the near side.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Bauman has done on that back line cannot be understated for Wisconsin. Been a crucial player through all 57 minutes that we've seen out here. On the Big Ten third team in 2023. It started in all 21 matches last season. And has played in all 9 for Paula Wilkins this time out. Penn State throw on the far side. Still looking to get one back. It's now been 50 minutes since Caitlin McBean's opening goal. As her and Bauman will fight for it on the near side. A slide from Bauman, and they'll say contact from McBean as Bauman hits the pitch, much to the chagrin of the coaching staff and the fans here at Jeffrey Field. Caitlin McBean tagged with the foul. Ruined a potential opportunity.
I think she just extended with the arm just a little bit too much. Referee thought of it more of a shove than shoulder to shoulder. You can see there. I do think Bauman goes down a bit easy, but it's hard to tell in real time.
Here come the Badgers. Penn State will take over possession on the far side. Berger there to intercept. Room on this near side with Borgen. Will they push it across? Near side Jordan. McBean wants to make a run. Jordan plays it up to her. Is she onside? Yes, she is. Beats Bauman. Now onto her right foot. Tries to get a shot off. Turned away by Gilbert. Connolly there. And a chance for Penn State. But the first real opportunity they've had in this second half, outside of maybe one or two more. But that one really felt like a chance. Bauman finally wasn't there.
Yeah, it certainly was a chance, and Kiara Gilmore does a heck of a job to get back and cover Bauman.
Jordan now weaving through defenders, looking for options. And guess who's there? But Haley Bauman.
Yeah, and again, she's a center back that we have seen her just about a little bit of everywhere, up and down the field, just winning the ball back no matter where it is.
Hannah Jordan on the throw. Penn State will settle things back down at the midfield. Goalkeeper coach Tim Wassell having some words with the near side assistant referee.
And it's so important, too, if you're the Nittany Lions, to not grow frustrated. It's going to be easy to in a game like this where you're behind against a well-organized coach team in Wisconsin. But you have to stay sharp mentality. You have to stay focused.
Throw on this near side. Up to McBean. She stayed onside. Tried to weave past Bauman again. And a nice slide from Caitlin McBean. We'll give a throw in to Wisconsin on the near side. Bauman shaken up. She's still down on the pitch. We'll get a stoppage of play. But her and McBean now out on the pitch together, and there's, especially in these last 5 minutes, it seems to be just a true one-on-one between the two of them of who's got more strength, who's got more grit. And right now, it feels like we're pretty even across the board.
Yeah, it'll go one way on the first play and then the other on the second. I don't think Bauman was expecting McBean to go in challenging her on that last play.
Clock still stopped as Bauman's still recollecting herself, and Colin will have to throw it in yet again from this near corner.
And it's tough, too, because we've had so many stoppages here in the first couple minutes here in the second half. We had the injury to White and Bauman. We had the VAR review, and that just takes the rhythm out of the game. And this game, and a chess match like this, it's all about rhythm. It's all about fluidity. So when these stoppages are happening, it's hard to kind of regather yourself into those formations, into those organized shapes.
Kobo with a touch. Amelia White somehow wins it back, but Penn State super compressed here on this left side, and that left side for Wisconsin wide open. And here they come down that left side. Martinez on it. White trying to get back. Cox on it now for Wisconsin. Tries to play something through. Nobody there. But definitely had room out on that left side. Both teams trying to overload their respective left flanks.
Askew did a good job getting back that time. That's how the second goal for the Badgers came. Similar buildup to what we just saw.
That overload can work out in your favor, also can work against you. Here's Delaney Cox now weaving through the middle of the defense. She'll take a shot from about 25 out, and a nice slide from Amelia White. Turns it away. Gulbranson tried to whip a half volley off. It'll be a throw. Taylor Gordon will step on as Brooke Allen comes off of the pitch. A nice run right there from Delaney Cox. Just better timing from Amelia White to respond with a slide.
And that's part of why she's so important, Amelia White, to Penn State. Not only what she can do on offense, but she does get back and defend. She provides that extra support to your back line.
Been a slow first 15 minutes here in half number 2. And after that Connolly goal to make it 2-1. As you talked about, there's been 3 stoppages, 2 of them a little lengthy in time. And things starting to get physical between the two sides as we get towards the latter stages of this one. Wisconsin and Paula Wilkins controlling the chess match between two of the more storied coaches, not just in the Big Ten, but in the country. Team still scrapping for it. Here comes Martinez and Wisconsin. She's got space ahead. Pushing on that back line. Tries to play across towards the near side. Kaylee Hare, for the meantime, is there. Connolly on it. Martinez to Isog. She'll play wide. Goldbrinson near side. She'll try to swing it in with her left foot. Anybody there? Lily Berger just does enough to clear it out.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
This one back up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Referee pointing immediately to the spot, and we have our first Nittany Lions penalty of the year upcoming here. Rach up on her feet. Glad to see after that contact. And here's another look at it. And initially thought maybe she'd hit it first time. I think that's what Isak thought was going to happen. Went in to go take a step. It was a clever touch away from Rach.
And there's going to be an official review on this one. And don't know how long this one will take. Should be pretty quick, presumably. And Isag, as you mentioned, just I think expected Rach to try to blast that one after settling it. Instead, she took a step to her left. And that's where Isag got caught up with her. They're going to take a look at it just for confirmation.
Yeah, they get another big-time decision here. And I mean, certainly if Isag tangles up the feet, that's got to be a penalty. That's really the only question, is if that happened.
Definitely a awfully exuberant fall from Julia Rach if there was no true contact. Here's yet another look. They're also going to confirm to make sure she was inside the box. It's pretty easy there, and it looks like that right foot from Isag gets tangled up with Rach.
Yeah, I mean, you would assume that's what happened. It is hard to tell once again, sort of like the handball on the other end with Rach. It just happens so fast, and these calls are so important that you have to get them right.
And here is referee Maggie Short. And it will be confirmation of a penalty kick for the Nittany Lions. So you mentioned the first one that we've seen all season long. After 7 goals and 8 attempts that were both program highs last season out, it'll be the first one of the year for the Nittany Lions, and we're into match number 10. So Rach will take the penalty. One-on-one with Stover for the chance to knot this thing back up at 2 and get the Nittany Lions back into the game. The breath taken by Rach. Still as ever here at Jeffrey Field. Maggie Short making sure everybody stays clear of the 18.
You couldn't make it any more dramatic, could you?
Maggie Short adding to the tension here. She'll clear her way out of the box and give the go-ahead. Can Rach knot this thing up at 2? The shot on net saved by Stover. Rach goes left. Stover guesses right. Here comes the cross back in. Momentarily cleared away. Velasquez on it. She'll play it wide. And a slide to clear from the Badgers. And here they come back on the counterattack, working with that 1-goal advantage. The only man back is Lily Berger for Penn State. And it's Mackenzie Gress to collect. But what a save from Drew Stover on the penalty attempt to deny Penn State the chance to knot it up.
Well, it's terrific. And Drew Stover, she's had a couple saves in this game early. First big call in the second half. And for Rach, well, she earned it. She got to take it. As you get another look here. There's good power on the ball, but it's a good height for the goalkeeper. And Rach, one step to her right-hand side, able to punch it.
Just a phenomenal save from Stover. We'll get another look from yet another angle from out wide. Stover going right the whole way. Or going to her right, Rach going left the whole way. And turned aside. Phenomenal scouting and reaction from Drew Stover right there. Her 5th save of this match. And after allowing that opening goal, has been just about perfect. That was the only test that you said that she's seen in this second half. The first shot and the first shot on goal technically for the Nittany Lions here in half number 2.
Yeah, biggest test of this half. Maybe her biggest test of this game and possibly all year, considering the circumstances.
No better time for a great save like that than on the road against a top 10 opponent to keep the lead working through the final 20 minutes of play.
And one thing Erica Dombach talked about after their draw with Nebraska that she was unhappy with was how Penn State tended to play the way Nebraska wanted them to play. They played into their opponent's hand, right? And she didn't want that to happen in this game, but we're seeing it here as they've been playing Wisconsin style.
Cross tried to play it into McBean, but a nice slide from Colin cleared it away. And a touch from Caitlin McBean. I believe she was the last one to it. And that call will stand. A goal kick first over and the Badgers. But it's been pretty much all Badgers, and after that exclamation point of a save from Drew Stover, you got a pair of clears for Wisconsin and all the momentum on their side. A true momentum swinging save that really brought the energy right back into it for Wisconsin. Penn State with the opportunity to knot it up. Just denied by the Wisconsin goalkeeper. You see why she's been so heavily relied on. Save number 24 on the year for her. Now cross battling with some opponents. McBean through traffic, got 5 defenders around her. And that's kind of been another issue for the Nittany Lions. It's just been their lack of conformity in their runs. You can see Wisconsin's entire team centered right around a midfielder with the ball. If Riley Cross gets the ball in this spot right here, there's 11 or 10 defenders right on her immediately. And it's just been a heavy lack of pressure and consistency from Penn State. A nice step around from Taylor Gordon. She'll play wide to Cox. Bella Askew with the speed to beat her to that spot.
Yeah, and Wisconsin are just so organized, right? And these are the toughest teams to break down, the ones that are disciplined, right? Wisconsin, they're not ranked, but they're so well coached. And it doesn't matter what your record is, what your ranking is. If you're a disciplined side that's organized and well coached, those 3 things, you're never going to be easy to beat.
Cross on the cross. Almost got over the head of Adi. Played up into the air in the attacking third for Penn State. Jenna Bauman on it. She'll have to just play it out of bounds. Throw in for Penn State on the near side. And there's a look at the mastermind behind it all. We've mentioned her just countless times in Paula Wilkins and her ability to succeed at such a high level for such a long amount of time. Had success at Penn State. Took her talents over to Wisconsin and has been stellar for 19 years.
Yeah, you know, when we had the privilege to talk to her, I mean, how awesome was she? Right, just from a personality standpoint, but gave us some great answers and information that it's just so fun to hear about.
You can tell she coaches her players with that same personability and same connection that she showed us in just our brief 15-minute call with her. Can Penn State answer right here? Caitlin McBean on her left foot, pinched by 4 defenders, turned away. Julia Rach had a touch on it, and it's cleared away by Jenna Bauman. Penn State recycles. Lily Berger, she'll try to play the cross in, but it's Haley Bauman there to put it away for now. A big step from Bella Askew, a ball played wide, and too wide it goes. Wisconsin now throw in.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
That's exactly what you and I had talked about, exactly what Kaylee talked about in her halftime report. Just a lack of connection for Penn State, and Paula Wilkins and the Badgers have done such a good job of just collapsing that middle area of the field, especially from a defensive standpoint. It's been just about 10 defenders on the ball at all times. A long ball into McBean. She got a head on it, but it was off target. Bella Askew with a beautiful ball played in. I think McBean thought she had a little bit less room than she might have. Potentially a chance to collect there and get a shot on goal.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to bring down. I mean, that is from midfield all the way up. It's a good ball. And she does get her head to it first time, but the snap header wide. And even if she does get a touch, she's got 2 defenders surrounding her.
Would have taken a masterful touch from her. But either way, Penn State, as of the past couple of minutes, has been a little bit more on it. And we're into the final 10 minutes. Can they come away with something to even the score? Cross in from cross. Haley Bauman yet again there, and she's been just about everywhere for the Badgers for all 90 minutes of this one.
Yeah, it feels like at times the ball just finds her with her positioning and how good she's been in those areas.
She's yet to take a minute off the pitch, as have the majority of the Wisconsin back line for both sides. It's truly been a lot of offensive substitutions and, you know, more attacking midfield spots that have been on rotation. The back lines for these two sides have stayed solid. Bella Askew with a cross. Stover will come in to collect. Julia Rach the target on that one, but she couldn't find her way on the ball.
Yeah, and these longer balls in, if you're Wisconsin, you will live with that, right? Those aren't as clear-cut chances as you'd want if you're Penn State. So the Badgers, I mean, they'll give those to you, and Drew Stover will come up to collect those all day long.
Amelia White, after she stepped off a couple of minutes ago, when Aubrey Kolpa stepped on, seems to be raring to go. Coach Dombach has drawn up a play and maybe moving some things around once she steps onto the pitch to try to mix things up and answer back right at the end of this chess match. It's been Wilkins so far in control. Here's Riley Cross on another ball in. Haley Bauman there. A touch from Gleason towards the box. Kolpa there, but she puts too much on it, and it sails over the crossbar. A ball left floating towards the 18, and Aubrey Kolpa just gives it a little too much love.
Yeah, a bit antsy there from Wisconsin. A little bit loose in the back. Kolpa not able to capitalize as White comes on. And I do wonder, you know, Amelia White at times when you watch Penn State sometimes will move more centrally towards the number 9 role. She hasn't really done that today. She's been a little bit deeper and on her usual right-hand side.
So Addie Bohr and Brooke Allen will step off, and it's Taylor Gordon and Delaney Cox who come back into play. A little positional shifting for the Nittany Lions as they look to try to get that second goal on the board. Molly Martin gets tangled up and she'll go down. A foul in favor of Penn State. It's now Bella Askew on this left side, no longer playing in the center back spot. Hannah Jordan now taking up that role. And this is where Bella Askew thrived last season. On ball on this left side. She's in possession now, working on a duo of defenders. She'll play it back to Jordan. Lily Berger up at the top of the pitch. Riley Gleason has slotted back towards that right fullback spot. Mackenzie Gress way out of her spot. A good ball played into from Gleason on the far side, but it's just a touch too far for McBean and for Askew.
Yeah, and you mentioned Berger all the way up top, kind of providing another attacking option for Penn State as Erica Dombach starts to push those chips forward, as I've been talking about. And we were asking the question as to when it would happen. I guess it would be with 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go.
And that's apparently the marker. For Penn State, everybody forward. Berger returning to her more natural position up at the top in a goal-scoring spot. Gleason settled back down into a fullback role. Bella Askew in the other fullback spot where she thrived this past year. So a couple of adjustments made for Penn State. So far, Wisconsin has held solid. And it's another opportunity. You can see just how shifty Askew is on the ball. Looking for somebody down this near side, but nobody home. And going to be interesting to see how Wisconsin responds and if Penn State can answer back. Turned aside. Penn State recollecting. On this left side, back to Bella Askew. Been the center of attention here so far. She'll try to play one in towards the box, turned away for now, but Penn State still on it. Askew now on the edge of the 18, pressured by Collins. She'll go down. And last touched by Penn State. It'll be a goal kick. Askew hit the turf, or hit the grass. Looked for a call there, didn't get anything. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, it's initially so good by Jada Collin. And yeah, it does just kick off Askew as Bauman lets it go behind. And Jada Collin, Ella Adi, the 2 Canadian fullbacks. High praise from their coach, Paula Wilkins, when we were talking to her on the phone between those two. You can see exactly why today.
Big fan of her 2 fullbacks who have both played excellently today. That entire back line after that first 15 has been nothing short of solid. Nothing has broken through on a consistent basis, and they really allowed Drew Stover to collect from her spot. You see a clearance there for Wisconsin, and nobody pushes their way back up. Everybody settled back. It's almost 5 back with Gulbranson, and a missed touch from Riley Gleason will be a throw-in for the Nittany Lions, but it's 5, almost 6 back on that back line as here comes a little attack for the Badgers. Inside of 5 minutes to play, then near side, it's Gulbranson. She'll work forward into space, one-on-one with Hannah Jordan. And she'll work her way around her. A missed touch from Jordan. Now Gulbranson towards the corner. Kaylee Hare there. The 2 fighting for possession. Hare wins it back. Cleared away by Penn State. All the way back to Haley Bauman. Played over the top. Nobody could get ahead on it, and now Gresson Net will get a touch.
And it feels like for Penn State right now, the way this game is turned, that everything has to be perfect. Every touch, every pass has to be perfectly weighted. No room for errors.
You see Gulbranson slide back. You see Martinez slide back.
Yeah, and again, Paula Wilkins mentioned it from the top, talked about how flexible her team is, and we're seeing some of that flexibility here. Some of the players that got forward initially are now dropping back as defenders.
Another one played towards the box. Copel was almost on the end of it. Couldn't get a step towards it, but we'll get a Penn State corner and a little bit of life for the Nittany Lions. Riley Gleason will work her way to that back corner with a chance to tie us up inside of the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's just a tremendous ball in as well. Honestly deserved a touch on it and a strike at goal with how weighted that was. But Penn State, like you said, Jeremy, do get a corner.
Laid in towards the net, punched away by Stover for now, headed away by Gilmore. A swing from Amelia White, but it's deflected out of play. Julia Rach will get on it. She'll try to play it towards Molly Martin in the box. Some contact between her and Ella Adi as it's cleared away all the way back to Gress right at midfield. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Hannah Jordan's turn. She'll swing this one in. Once more, Gilmore's there. Molly Martin overruns it just a touch. And now Esog's there on possession for Wisconsin. Played out wide to Delaney Cox. Nobody on that left side. Gleason trying to get back. Cox with speed and with some space. Trying to weave through some traffic. Julia Rach comes away with it. Gonna have to push some tempo. Under 2 minutes to play. Still searching for that final goal. No attempt on that one from McBean. Askew with some on-ball pressure. Cleared away. And Penn State will have to settle in once more.
And Penn State, they're trying to pressure that midfield and win the ball back in a good area. Wisconsin have been so tremendous in just fighting through some tough challenges, fighting through press, and keeping possession.
Another swing in. That time from Gleason, and it's cleared away. A throw in from Penn State, and you can see just how gassed they are. Molly Martin, far side, Riley Gleason. 60 seconds to go. Wisconsin holding on to hope. Played towards the box. Stover will collect. A nice ball played in from Kaylee Hare, but nobody on the end of it for Penn State.
And these are precious seconds ticking away for the Nittany Lions.
And Wisconsin on the road has come in and made a statement. They gave up a goal within the first 7 minutes. In that 7th minute to Caitlin McBean and Penn State. Looked like they might just be out of it early on. And they got themselves settled. The chess match continued. And we're under 30 seconds here. And Paula Wilkins has coached nothing short of a masterclass through the final 70 minutes to give her team the advantage. And Erin Connolly's right foot has provided 2 goals for the Badgers that have put the exclamation point with 10 seconds to go on this match. Riley Gleason to give Penn State one last opportunity. Kaylee Hare will play it towards the attack. Lily Berger puts a head on it. But Penn State is going to run out of time, and the Wisconsin Badgers have come in on the road and stolen one away from the number 8 Penn State Nittany Lions. 2-1, Erin Connolly has been nothing short of phenomenal. 2 goals off of her right foot have guided the Badgers to victory here.
And take nothing away from this performance from Wisconsin. You mentioned it, Jeremy, as a masterclass, and it's been nothing short of that. Paula Wilkins, between this road trip, you know, the Ohio State game, the Penn State game, to go unbeaten is a terrific success for this program. And I have to say, even though they may have been heavy underdogs coming in, they've absolutely deserved this victory today.